Pastor Mario,
Yeah.
Welcome to our inaugural edition of Say More.
This is great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is a Spiritual Life podcast, just following up chapel and giving students a chance to get to know you a little more and maybe mine some of kind of what you talked about.
Yeah.
And I just really appreciate you coming here to La Sierra, sharing your heart. Yeah. I gave you the theme, Thoughts into Actions, and that's kind of what you ran with. I want to kind of hear, the process for you kind of deciding on
that topic.
That topic.
Yeah, no, for sure. Listen, the thing about this season of life, man, like the college season of life, it's such a fun, it's such an exciting, it's such a great time of life. And so Pastor Jay and I, we went to college together, and when I kind of look back, a lot of the things that, the relationally that could be like roadblocks into, growing in these relationships or really kind of enjoying the relationship could be forgiveness. Like if somebody does you wrong, if somebody hurts you, how do you move past that?
Yeah.
And then even as believers, I know what God's asking me to do, but doing that, it's hard.
Right.
It's hard. And so that's kind of where I landed with that.
But, just kind of thinking back to our college experience, do you feel like this was a message that would have resonated with you kind of from back then? Like maybe there was someone you needed to forgive.
I think that's the thing too, is that a lot of times, like even in our relationships, we have, either somebody says something kind of hurts your feelings. And I'm not talking about like big stuff. Like it could be like little things as well. And how, those little things we could carry with us. I'd like to think that I would have listened to that sermon when I was in college. Even post, kind of working with, with youth and with young adults, that theme was something that resonated with a lot of people. Look, I've been hurt, like I've been damaged. How we normally deal with it is either we stuff it, we don't do nothing with it, and then it has a way of kind of showing up. And the thing is too, is I think when it comes to the theme of forgiveness, what's so neat is I think the Holy Spirit has a way of working because we all have hurts in our lives. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, whether we're aware of them or we're not aware of them, like nothing about what we're doing or up front or whatever, but it's how the Spirit works to maybe even begin the process of either letting it go or offering that type of forgiveness.
Yeah. So, you're a big sports guy.
Yeah, huge.
Right?
Huge.
And
huge, Bono. Huge sports guy.
Just massive.
Hey, man, but now that I have kids, bro, it's so hard to watch sports. But anyway,
Of course. No. Listen, it's a different season, man. Yeah, well.
Like I have to watch it like either with the volume completely down, you know what I mean? Like when they're in bed.
Headphones, man. Headphones. You got it right. It's tough. But then you have to pay attention. You have to be like, oh, wait, are the kids still, okay, whatever. Sports are not important as far as important things in life. Yeah. But sports are adjacent to really important things. Mm-hmm. Sports allows us to kind of talk about things that really matter.
Sure, 100%.
Like soul issues, heart issues, character issues. What have you seen from being so involved with sports as an athlete yourself and then also coaching and whatever that has kind of helped with the idea of forgiveness?
Oh, that's a good question. But, I think that sports, it offers like a really authentic way of doing relationships with people. I love being part of a team. Like I've always enjoyed that. Like I've loved sports, loved being part of a team because everybody has different gifts and talents and tool sets and everything, but you're working together to accomplish like a goal. And I love that. When I had a chance to kind of stop playing and then started coaching, I coached a high school men's baseball team. Did that for about 7 years. Awesome. Like I loved it. What changed my life was coaching a high school girls basketball team. We're all boys. We're all dudes in my family. Getting into that space, God really blessed me with that opportunity. But what I discovered was this: when you get into that space, you're not really a pastor anymore. And I mean that in a good way.
Right. You're coach.
Yeah, you're coach. And so you're kind of learning, you're doing life with the players, and it's a different setting. And within that setting, within the sports setting, you're going to kind of encounter a whole bunch of different things, like conflicts with teammates, how to deal with losing, how to win the right way. I had a group of girls that, I had for 4 years, and they could ball. Yeah. Like these girls could ball. Yeah. And there was a few teams that we would play over and over again where we kind of had a little bit of a rivalry. One of the girls specifically, it was tense when we would play. Through that setting, it offered me an opportunity to have conversations with my players, how to manage those types of relationships, not just on the court, but off it. My life has been blessed by sports, but I think sports definitely gives you an opportunity to talk about things. So you're asking about forgiveness. We had a player kind of taken out in a game and by one of their really good players. This was in a playoff game.
High stakes
High stakes game. Takes her out. She was very upset about it. We ended up winning that game, so we advanced to the next game. So the team that we were playing next was playing the following night. My player went to see that game. She's sitting down at the game, and then a family comes in front of her, and it's the player that took her out.
Wow.
Yeah, so this, I mean, it just happened the night before.
Yeah,
and
right.
And so she's telling me about that. Like, she's like, she sat right in front of me. She said, Coach, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I can't believe, like, she's literally in front. Like, they're Samoan. Okay, so like there's the dad was kind of heated because he knew who that girl was.
Yeah. Right.
And the girl looked at her, saw her, and smiled at her. Like, she just smiled at her.
Yeah, right.
And in that smile, they started, smile back. They started to talk. She's like, oh no, we're cool now. Like, we're cool now. In other words, hey, we're right. I forgave her. But it was such a neat moment because these are two people that never would have met other than through sports. Anyway.
That's a great example, again, of something that matters. I hope no one gets confused. I love sports, and sports are important because they're adjacent to things that are really important, like character development and whatever else.
No,
right?
absolutely.
And they can bring people together in ways like this.
Yeah.
So I have kind of a follow-up question that has to do more with our season of life. Okay. Many college students are not parents. You are a parent.
Bro, I'm a parent.
You're a parent.
I'm parenting.
Bro, you picked such a heavy topic that I have to ask now. You're a parent, and there's this idea of forgiveness. Mm-hmm. It's something that for you has been formative, has been life-changing, has been challenging. And now, as a parent, you want to kind of pass that along.
Yeah, right, sure.
So how, as a parent, are you kind of thinking through that? Because with your kids, it's like, oh, wait. Someone hurt you.
It's different, man. It's so different because,
it's different.
Parent, yeah, for sure.
Right.
I'm in that weird place, man, where, now college students look young.
Oh, they are young.
Bro, you guys look really young. Like,
They're so young.
They look young.
Oh, it's crazy.
I've heard people say this, now that I have kids, I know that my kids are one day going to be in that season. I love my kids. I don't want them carrying stuff. I don't want them having I want, I truly desire that John 10:10. That life and that abundant life for them to have. The reality is they probably are. And so when I see students, and I know you guys probably do that all the time, man. You guys are doing life with college students, and you see the hurts, and like a parent, we don't want them to carry that. Like, I don't want you to feel that way. If you could take it away, we would, but you can't.
Right.
And so I'm finding with them is, man, I'm doing my best in this season, not just to talk about forgiveness, but also model it. Bro, that's so hard to do. It's so hard to do.
Yeah,
so,
right.
They're seeing things. I got 2 girls, 6 and 8. They're very aware of like how I talk to mom.
Yeah, right. All that.
Yeah, and that's where for me personally, it's just that reminder where I see how that relationship with Christ has been an active part in my life because my nature is kind of contrary to whether it's offering forgiveness. I'm very aware about that, man. Like, they're watching.
They're tracking.
They're tracking.
All of it.
Yeah.
We do have a question from the students. And the question, actually, interesting enough, had to do with the 70 times 7 from the student. I was not sure if those numbers symbolize infinity.
Ooh. Recently, somebody sent me something online on the 490, and it had something to do with completion, and it was like very specific to that number. Listen, I wish that I was a theologian like Pastor Jay, or we got Pastor Pono here, But the way that I've always kind of understood that in that number, he's saying, look, I need you to forgive, and I need you to keep on forgiving. and you hit 490, and I'm sure he would have probably said, man, 70 times 7 again. That's a great question.
I mean, the truth is most of us can't count past 10.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, wait, how many times did I forgive this? I'm not sure. I think we need to reset at this point. Well, Pastor Mario, thanks so much for hanging out with us here at the La Sierra University and blessing us with your words of wisdom and these very practical words of turning some thoughts into actions. Looking forward to the next time.
Hey man, it was just a pleasure to be here, a thrill to be here. And what is it? It's Golden Eagles. Yeah. What is it?
Soar through the week.
Soar through the week. Be well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.